Two Canadian women and two children who have been in a camp for ISIS detainees in Syria for more than 3 years are believed to be returning to Canada tonight. Sources say one of the women is British Columbia native Kimberly Polman, who Global News spoke to at the camp in 2019. Our Ottawa Bureau Chief Mercedes Stephenson is following this developing story for us. Mercedes.
Well, Donna, this is a remarkable first tonight. It's the first time the Canadian government has actually intervened to bring an ISIS bride home. Before, they had said if people were able to get back to the border, they had a right to re-enter the country, and they would perhaps, under certain circumstances, help to provide documentation. But Global News can report tonight that this was actually facilitated by Foreign Affairs and the Government of Canada with the help of U.S. assets, and that was to extract Kimberly Polman, a BC woman who had been in a detention camp in northeast Syria for 3 years to come home. She was believed to be seriously ill. In fact, before she even left Canada, she was put on permanent disability at the recommendation of a psychiatrist. Along with her is another Canadian woman from Quebec and her two children. Polman qualified for something called extraordinary assistance, and it's described in a letter that we have obtained from the federal court. It talks about how ill she is, and that is one of the exemptions the Government of Canada will make to bringing home someone who left Canada to participate in ISIS, or in this case of these two women, to marry someone from ISIS. It does not look that this is necessarily a new stage for the Canadian government, but there's lots of questions about that. We asked Marco Mendicino about it today. He's the Minister of Public Safety. Here's what he had to say.
Supporting a terrorist group, whether here or abroad, is a serious criminal offense, and those who engage in that kind of activity will face the full force of the law. And with regards to the types of cases that you're talking about, of course, our number one concern will always be the safety and security of Canadians.
The Canadian government has been reluctant to bring the more than 12 Canadians home from detention camps in Syria, owing to concerns about whether or not they can charge them under Canadian law. It's unclear whether Kimberly Polman and the other woman with her will face those charges when they return to Canada, which is expected to be tonight. Donna?
More to come on that story. Mercedes Stephenson in Ottawa, thank you.